It's a non-spoiler review for One Battle After Another. This is the latest Paul Thomas Anderson film starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio Del Toro, Regina Hall, Teyana Taylor, Chase Infiniti, and the list goes on and on. This movie is a Paul Thomas Anderson epic, if you will. This movie, to me, this is one of the best movies of the year. Let's start you out right then and there. If you're a Paul Thomas Anderson fan, you're going to love this movie. To me, I've been talking about this, and I had a few conversations about when people asked me what I thought about it. I said, look, here's the thing with this film. You can tell, again, if you're familiar enough with Paul Thomas Anderson's films, you can tell this is one of his films. This is kind of like more of his old school ways of making films, that like kind of fits into the ones I fell in love with, whether certain things, very different movie than Boogie Nights, but as far as sort of this filming goes, and that's what I wanted to get at. This movie, although the filming style, and you can feel that it's Paul Thomas Anderson, overall, this is a very different movie than Paul Thomas Anderson has ever done. As far as there's a lot of action in this movie. There's always comedy in this one. This is a longer movie, but most of his movies are fairly long, and we're clocked in like 2 hours and 41 minutes. But you're really put into it from the beginning, and it's just these revolutionaries. Leonardo DiCaprio, his wife, is involved in these revolutionaries, as is he. They get into some stuff. Things go down. Years later, passes, and it all comes back to bite him in the ass. But when we come back later on, it's two movies within one. It's not like two. Sometimes you see a movie like, oh, this is like two different movies. You have this movie, which is completely different, and this second half is completely different. It's two stories involving the same character. In the beginning, it's really about him and his wife and the setup of what's going on. And then with the bulk of it is him and his daughter, and how his daughter was impacted from the actions of what had happened with his wife prior. Leonardo DiCaprio does an excellent job in this role. I believe he'll probably be nominated for this. He's able to be vulnerable. He is, sometimes he can play a real badass. In this one, he's good at what he does, but he's also a bit of a mess, and he really loves his daughter. And there's a couple of hilarious moments of a dad being a dad, maybe probably not in the most appropriate way, most appropriate ways, but yet you're still like, oh, he's being a dad in certain. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but there's some really great moments with him and his daughter, and then once the shit goes down, he's got to deliver, and it gets even more hectic and chaotic. This is beautiful chaos, is what this movie is. Part of that beautiful chaos is Benicio Del Toro. I mean, he's not in it a lot, but when he's in it, he shines like he normally does, and he adds a bit of calmness. But it's just like such a great Paul Thomas Anderson character. To me, the one that really stood out was Chase Infiniti, who plays Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter. I had never seen her before. I didn't know anything about her. And not only does she hold her own, you got to care about her in order to care about what's going on in the second half. And you do. There's an innocence about her, but there's a strength about her that really carries through of what this character has to go through, what the character has to go through in general internally about what she's learning about her history, her parents, all these different things. But again, you were taken there. The star of the movie is Paul Thomas Anderson. He is the one who's taking you in these long shots, the way that he sets things up to where it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. Then it is absolute mayhem, and it has to be. And he films action very well. It's not traditionally what he's known for, but here he does it, and he does it in a way where you're just and it's not just gratuitous action. It's relevant to what's going on. The other thing that is probably at least nomination is going to be Sean Penn. Sean Penn plays a character, Colonel Stephen Lockjaw, who I don't want to say it's not the same character as, say, like No Country for Old Men and what Javier Bardem did, but it's that kind of performance where this character is so memorable that when you start thinking about that one character was causing a lot of shit for everybody else, and when he was on screen, you knew that he was there and you were worried about what he was going to do to the characters, and that's what Sean Penn does here as Stephen Lockjaw. There's a lot of things that are going on with him. They set internally what they set up with his character, disturbing, funny, weird. So this is one of Paul Thomas Anderson's best in quite a while. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to go pretty big. I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5. It's going to 4.4, but what's the difference? 4.5 out of 5 for me. 9 out of 10 in general. This movie, I think it's going to be a big awards movie. Now, I don't know if it is for everybody. Especially if you don't like Paul Thomas Anderson movies. If you like Paul Thomas Anderson movies, I think it's going to rank up there for you. But for people who, not everybody loves all the classic filmmakers. I do like this one. So worked for me. Was it going to work for you? Who knows? We'll find out. But nonetheless, are you going to see this movie? Do you want to see this movie? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Thanks for being here. As always, got a lot of reviews and reactions and other things coming out on the channel. It's award season, so there's going to be tons of reviews and other things happening. So be a part of it. Got some interviews coming up and more. Thanks again. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye. What's crazy is that it's fall already. It's coming. And I got 2 kids. The back-to-school rush, it's already here. We're getting the early morning drop-offs, the after-school activities, the soccer games, and the last-minute supply runs. Don't forget about the extra trips for groceries, gas. Days get busier, and it all adds up. There's an easy way to earn real cash back every time you fill up your tank, grab a bite to eat, stop on essentials. Whether you're driving across town for the soccer games or picking up snacks for the school lunchbox, Upside helps you keep more in your pocket. In fact, Top Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. The free Upside app, it gets you cash back on daily essentials, whether it's gas, groceries, dining. And yes, if you're asking, it's real cash back. There's no confusing rewards, points, credits, just money. And you can transfer it straight to your bank account. Next, claim an offer for what you're buying on Upside. Then pay, as usual, with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app, get paid. And since I learned about this thing, it has been so beneficial. Fits in so easy to my wife's schedule, to my schedule. Find out how much you can earn. You got to download the free Upside app. You got to use that promo code Kristian. You get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. An extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Using that promo code Kristian. I'm so happy that I have discovered Upside, and you will be too. I'm going to paint a scenario for you. I want you to picture a bald eagle, which is standing on top of a silverback gorilla, and that's riding on top of a T-Rex. What do you think you call that? You know what you call it? Confidence. Pure confidence. And that's the kind of confidence that you need in the bedroom for that next level wolf riding besides a velociraptor in a Lamborghini through outer space type of experience. You like that? So do I. That is where Rugiet Go Long comes in. It's not just another ED pill. It's a confidence game changer. Go Long combines 2 doctor-trusted medications in one dual-action formula to help you get hard and go the distance. Hell yeah. Plus, the effects last for up to 36 hours. That means that you can feel confident all day and night, and then some on the next day, too. Getting started, it's simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor, 100% online at rugiet.com. If prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly to your door. Ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? You head on over to rugiet.com. Use my promo code Kristian, 15% off your first order. That is rugiet.com. Use that code Kristian. Make sure to use my code so they know that I sent you.